Okay, we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And I didn't go very far, just because some of you might think I grinded every skill in the game, which wouldn't surprise me if I did, but we did get most of the characters, at least to their next skill, or almost done with the one they were working on. Specifically, we did blinding shots, so now we can pick up arrow flurry since it's there. Piercing will still, hasn't been touched much. So we didn't do as much as you would think I would have done. Because, to be fair, it can be done, but it would be slow and steady, because at 2 enemies a battle, you're only getting 2 SP a battle. It's going to take you quite a while to learn anything that way. If they do a remake of this, have a fast-forward button for battles. Or like an auto battle, and you can set it up to run a certain way, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, regardless... we got characters kind of out of their little niche skill, their beginning skill, and that's really what's important going forward. Now, in order for us to continue forward, we got to go this way, the only other direction we haven't gone. Brings us out here. I think is a random encounter area. Get 2 options, go down there or go up here. We're going to go up here.
Ah, I see you have found our campsite. And yes,
I can't show that stuff, guys. The more I think about it, it's like, yeah, no, I can't show those scenes. But we found the campsites that they were camped at when they saw the Crabite from Dublin. So, that's a thing. Barathor, 3rd Age Lothlorien Ring of Spirit Warding. It's a troll pit mud. Okay. So remember, the story falls around Barathor oh my god. Looking for his captain, so to speak. There we go. Boromir. I had to think about that for a second. My knowledge of Lord of the Rings is usually pretty well intact too. The fact I had to think about that for a second was kind of weird. But yeah, he's searching for Boromir for some reason. Alright. Now we got a caster and his buddies here. Again, these chieftains are bad news. Killing them as quickly as possible is always a preferred idea. We lucked out because he did a bash instead of use a spell. Since we're right near a save point, you bet your ass we're gonna exploit that. Some way, shape, or form. There we go. Since Creature's Bane is still the cheapest skill we have in that set of skills that Elaghost has, we kind of have to keep learning from it. So we'll save and get our AP back. Trust me, exploiting these any chance you get is required. It's no joke. Okay. You see a lot of save points. Like the game kind of knows. Now, we're in our first battle here where range is required. So you're going to run into that, and there are characters who have no range skills. So you have to be quite weary of that. No matter what the cost is that you're not considering. You have to be prepared to run into those fights. And as for those of you wondering, creatures for the Creature's Bane skill, I believe are going to be like wargs and trolls and things like that. Anything that's pretty much not an orc, goblin, or something along those lines. You see how easy it is to ignore leadership skills. That's why I'm making such a big deal to use them early on as we were, to build up levels in it, because again, it's just that easy to not do it. Slime of Orthanc. Elf drugs. Elf drugs!
Oh my, the elf drugs are making my nipples ever so hard.
Alright. You know, let's force this battle. Just so we can have it done, and then we can go use the recovery point. Nice. Yes, we'll save our game. Because we want that delicious AP back. I wasn't kidding. I was going to exploit most of that as often as possible. Alright, let's move. Some lambus. Lambus bread. So tasty. More lambus. And an int bark. And another battle. Against nobody too interesting, so...
Nice.
And Elagos gets the Dunedain tan leathered underbraces. Nice. You know, it's funny, we see Elagos with a sword all the time, but he never uses
they're
it.
good and dead. Some are mighty hard to kill.
Not even these sacred places are safe.
How do I know I can trust this one?
I vouch for him. In the name of the Lady of the Galadrim.
That is good enough for me.
And how do I know I can trust you? Where did you get those wounds?
At the hands of a Mordor orc, whose life I intend to shorten considerably. In the pass of Kahadras, we were attacked by goblins. We slew all but the orc, who escaped with something of great value to me.
Who is this wee ranger?
I was in the company of a dwarf. A friend, actually.
And what did this orc take from you?
You helped me slay him, and you shall find out.
You rangers from the north are full of riddles. And who are you to speak for a ruler of elves?
You must help me return to Lothlorien and warn the Lady Galadriel of these dangers. Then you will know all.
We should find one of the enemy's altars. After what I did to him, that orc would be in need of healing himself.
Come, Gondorian. We shall attend to my matters in due course.
Poor Barathor, they're just dragging his goofy ass along. Alright. No, we will not view an epic scene. Elagos, let's see. And there you go. Racers on. Elf stones are elven artifacts that can improve attribute, skills, and resistance. Each character can equip up to 4 elf stones. And we find artifact 104, cracked elf stone of action enhancement. So what is that? Let's take a look. It upgrades AP. Now, the question is who really needs it? I think right now, Elagos probably needs it because all of his actions, excluding one, are very expensive. So it just makes sense to do that. Whereas Idriel has ways around it. Kinda. You know, when it comes down to brass tacks, you don't use Loudwater Fury. You know, it's just don't use it. It's too AP expensive. And, you know, now that we have Haste of the Elves, we have a cheaper alternative for learning skills. Which is really what it comes down to. Specifically magic skills, and we're close to learning an even better option, which is to just drain AP from an enemy.
Tell us, Ranger. What happened back there in the pass?
It was a bewitched fight, voices echoing down from the mountains. Then lightning struck all around us. The dwarf fought like one possessed, but a landslide carried him away. Before he fell, he gave me a map, presented to him by Elrond of Rivendell as a gift of friendship. But I could not withstand the dark powers that ruled the mountain that night. While I lay there burning, that Mordor orc ripped the map away and fled down the mountain. That map revealed the location of the secret entrance to a forgotten realm.
Moria.
Yes, the greatest city of the dwarves, whose location was lost during the Great Wars, and whose halls are rumored to still be stalked by a terrible monster.
And what of the dwarf?
If that map leads us to Moria's hidden gate, I expect we shall find him nearby. It would take more than a few goblins to stop that dwarf.
Okie dokie, loaf. We get ourselves a big old tubby. I was gonna save Middle Earth, but then I got high. Ooh, ooh. Hey, this place looks a little familiar. And then the game finally tells you how do you learn new skills. A little late though to the party, don't you think? And we get a battered steel helm, troll pit mud, slime of war tank. So anything that helps with defense is always good, but now Barathor has a goofy hat on. Which is fine. We know what he looks like. We don't need to be reminded every waking moment. Let's start heading down this way. I think there's a chest. Yeah, here we go. Defy shadow fail. File, whatever. Ale. Ugh. That angle is rough. As we're about to run into a scripted fight. And let's see. Wow, that's a whiff. Which means you don't get any credit for that, by the way. And Gondorian Steel Greaves. We'll do that in a moment. One of 2 light altars cleared of enemies. Defy shadow fail. File. Artifact 2 4 cracked elf stone of health enhancement. Well, you go and see who has the worst health. Idriel. So we'll give it to her. This will reduce his speed, but it gives him better armor. By only a little bit, but because we want to constantly see new gear, let's put it on him. There we go. And now I think she has the most. Which is, again, I'm okay with. Anyway, let's keep moving here. So I just went ass backwards in a circle. There we go. Drugs. And third age, Dynadane Brooch of Arnor.
Ye favor, Toby.
That's a nice brooch. We'll make a save. Get some lumbus. Nothing here. It's time for a battle. Another one. Alright, again, now we've got a new enemy type. Again, something we should be mildly concerned about. Mildly. What I want to do is hit him with blinding shot. These two sword orcs can be a little nasty, and they'll do a lot of damage if you're not careful. Let's do stand fast. Because of things like Murder of Crows. Alright, let's do this. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Go after the chieftain. He's down on the ground. And there's Drain Inspiration. Nice. Nice dodge. And the battle is won! We whooped them dudes' ass! And we get the 3rd Age Elven gold-plated chestplate. Nice. All light altars cleared of enemies. And that'll go right to Barathor, who really needs it. Grab this chest. And Artifact 3 of 4. Back to Elfstone of Water Protection. So, for that, who has weakness to water? Really nobody. So there's really no point in putting that on anybody right at this moment. I think we're going to get a character soon who does have a weakness to that. So I guess we could put it on Barathor for now. We'll change who we put it on later. And then, of course, we're putting on this wonderful chest plate. There we go, look at that. Nice. What are we doing on AP? We're okay. Depending on what random encounter we get into, we're probably not going to want to burn too much AP on a random encounter. Eh, just wargs. For them... Hold on, let's just do... Not enough to kill it. It actually didn't do very much at all. Sorry, my articulated arm is not articulating very much. And actually, we should check Idriel's new skills and make sure she's learning something we want her to learn. Now that I'm thinking about it. Should have plenty of Lamba spread, so we can recover AP pretty easily if we need to. Which, yeah, we're gonna need to recover at least a little bit. Alright, 2 things that need to happen here. First, let's take a look at our skills. 4 more and he'll learn Arrow Fury, then we can start working on Pierce Will. Stunning Strike's pretty far. Gift of Galadriel, pretty far. I've not been really working on Fellowship Grace. I should make a point in working on that. So that way we can get Fellowship Grace knocked out, and then we'll pick up Company Resistance. which is really good. Because that could be an enemy. Elf drugs. Troll pit mud. And there's a save point, which we might have to utilize sooner than later, but let's first exploit what we can. First some lambus and then a battle. Let's see if we can take the caster out as quickly as possible. Get rid of the minions now. The biggest threat is out of the way. And he's down. Okay, everybody leveled, so that means everybody's recovered. Third Age Lothlorien Spirit Calling Pendant. Already getting an upgrade here from our last pendant here, right? So there's a little bit in strength and dex, and even armor, but we gain so much in everything else. So, or rather, we gain more in everything else. And we're hurting here, so let's get this squared away. And then every little bit helps. Dunedain Wool Ranger Cloak. Satchel of Lumbus. Okay. New cape. So 2 dex, 1 speed. Let's head back this way. No, wait a minute. Seems like there's more stuff there. Seems is the key word. There's really nothing more here. Okay. Just making sure, because it's like, there's that big... We just went down the skinny part of that, didn't we? And strangely enough, this splits into a kind of completely different direction here. Let's find the map of the trials in the Darkland, or we shall wander here. Alright, so we need to come back this way then. It's been a while since I've played this. Several years. I don't pull this game out very often. I did a partial Let's Play and streamed it. The stream of that might have been like 5 years ago, where I played through the whole game. So it's probably been about 4 or 5 years since I've played this all the way through. Oh, what do we got here? Yay. Let's do... Try to not give him a chance at attacking us. The chieftain. One of the few times where killing the big bad of the group is probably sometimes preferable, because you're not getting hit with those strong spells that can cause status effects, can make you miss your turn. Whereas these guys don't really do a lot of that anyway, and they're pretty easy to kill. So they kind of make there's a moderate point to make with the strategy. It's not the same as you would think it is with other RPG type games. And it's very obvious in that regard. Idriel gains the second age elven golden tiara of Erendil. Yeah. That's dandy. No, I don't want to view another scene and get into that. Alright. Idriel gets a new tiara. Looks like it's an overall better upgrade than her old one. Overall better upgrade. Horn pollen. And we have found all artifacts. And it was some kind of enhancement that I missed. Armor enhancement. Okay, well at this point, she doesn't need it. We'll give it to Elghost. He's got the action one, so we'll give it to Barathor. Over the water protection. I know you can equip multiples. I just don't think we need to worry. Well, yeah, we'll leave it on for now. When we find a character needing of that water protection, we'll put it on them. Right now, nobody really needs it. They're either normal or resistant to water, so... We like swimming, huh? And I know we're on the shorter side of one of these episodes, but I do think... No. We should keep going. I believe we'll get to another save point before long. Alright. We should, anyway. Without the dwarf to guide us, of course. Save after save after save point. of the major PlayStation 2 era EA games, this was considered to be the best of the lot, debatably. But the other two games are not RPGs; they are hack and slash games,
Fresh tracks.
and they're
Dwarf
still
came
fun.
this way.
He is heavy for one so small.
I'd be careful not to say that around him.
Quiet. Both of you. I hear something.
Well, Ranger, it's about time.
It looks like there's a bit of an issue here. Alright, so we're going to be forced with a specific party here. Use Haste of the Elves on Hadhod, Dwarf of Fundin's clan. Let's go and do stand fast so that way he doesn't stun us. Big ogres and stun is something that kind of go hand in hand with some of their attacks here. Spirit powers, we got Stone Shield and Flaming Fury. Now again, this is one of those characters where spirit powers are actually pretty good. They're very expensive and they take a lot of casts to learn them. So using them as often as possible is probably a good thing. So in this case we'll use some of them now. And I'll show you his skill lineup, but there's a whole smorgasbord of weird stuff that goes with that. That goes with his skill set. We've done Stand Fast, Company Valor. Nice. I think Massive Swing is the one that can sometimes stun a character. Not sure 100%, but I think it's relative. I love how it knocks the big guy over, though. I don't know why I did that twice, but whatever. Get in there, Eleghost. So yeah, that's a thing. Like Final Fantasy X, you can swap characters in and out. Let's make him a little more squishy, shall we? And since Hadhod can't really do much more unless we give Lomdus to him, which theoretically we could. Give him a big one, too. No, maybe not. Yeah, that'll give him enough to do some stuff. Do you believe he counts as a creature? Learned Arrow Flurry, nice. Nice dodge. Just because we might learn Fellowship Grace. Nope, not quite. The enemy's almost dead, so Again, we can examine him. He's fragile against piercing and normal to everything else, so that's something good to know. Idriel back in here. You know probably everybody's going to level up from this fight, so may as well burn as much AP as possible. I'm still in it too. Okay, we'll just kill him with whoever's left. The battle is won. No, we won't level from that. There's a save point nearby. Dwarven boiled leather pauldrons, Dwarven black iron helm, and the waters of Lorien. Quest. Find Hadhod the Dwarf, and Barathor gets some XP, and he'll level, which now puts him, I think, ahead of everyone else. Okay, couple things here with Hadhod. Constitution's always pretty good, but right out the gate, you're going to want to give him some spirit. And we're going to put a lot of focus in speed and dexterity. Early on, the reason he needs the spirits for his skills, we will return to his strength and start building that up slowly and surely. And you can see he's level 9, so he's one level behind everybody. So he's going to clearly go in the front row. He's going to be our party leader going forward here. Boom. But that's the idea. He's also going to be involved in every battle. I believe characters who are not involved in battles do not get XP. We'll have to keep our eyes on that and see if that's actually a thing. There we go. He's got his hat. Defy, fail, water, whatever. Fresh Athelos. 2 Ent Drought Flask. 1 Elf Medicine. So really quick, we need to put him in the front of the party. Or the lead, because he's behind in levels. And yeah, we'll put more into strength very soon, but yeah, right out the gate you can't really do that. Let's save. And really quick, take a look at his skills. So Axecraft. So for Axecraft, he's got a couple of interesting skills. Cleaving Wound, which we can't avoid, but we have to do. And he'll learn it really quickly, because we haven't run into goblins yet, but I'm pretty sure we will eventually, if not very soon. And then that'll get picked up right away. Then we get into this. I would say Hue Armor is more important than the Crippling Smash. The thing with Hadhod is he's slow as shit. And we're going to fix that as time goes on, but right out the gate, he's not very fast. The ability to Hue Armor is probably more important. So it's something to consider. He's also one of the few rate classes that are characters that has a spirit attack attached to his melee offensive skills. Crippling Smash does need to be learned, but I think once we learn Cleaving Wound, we're going to go to Hue Armor and then learn Crippling after that. Now, with that said, here's the thing. Here's the deal. Endure Flame, I kind of have regrets now. No, I'm kidding. Endure Flame is relatively pointless. It is very pointless because we can learn a skill from, I believe, Barathor that does the same thing. 25% less spirit damage from spirit attacks, but I think there's even a better one later. Well, maybe not. Then it's this one. Okay, I guess. Then it's this. Okay, so, regardless, maybe it's actually a magic spell. That's a big one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought somebody had learned it, but maybe I'm thinking of a different game. With that said, what is our plan? We need to get her to learn more of that. We're going to eat up those 4 because there's just no point in learning Endure Flame. I don't believe there will be a reason. We're better off learning... Okay, these are both really good. This is for the whole party. So we're going to learn Mountain Shield. Damaging Shield is really good too, but I believe Devastating Shield does the same thing. Yeah, so if we can learn this, we'll worry about that later. And then what's important is that look at how much it's going to take to learn Devastating Shield. 95. So that's not going to be anytime soon. But yeah, skipping Endure Flame's probably worth it for now. And then once we learn Damaging Shield and Mountain Shield, we may even skip the regular Damaging Shield, go right to Flames of Ruin. Or Devastating Shield, which probably is the most valuable of all of these. Probably just go right to Devastating Shield, because Flames of Ruin is... we don't use him for magic attack. And again, that gives him more magic attack, but that's halfway to there, pretty much. Right? So, I'm not sure where we're going to go quite yet with him, but definitely we're going to go with Mountain Shield as our next skill to learn. As far as everybody else goes, I think they're still on the right path. Oh, wait, he just learned something, didn't he? So we have Draining Shot or Crippling Shot. Slows the enemy. Recovers Elagos HP equal to the damage done. Crippling Shot. Makes more sense to me. We gotta work on her magic stuff, and he's pretty much ready to start learning new stuff coming up. War Call's kind of unnecessary. Because they just do regular melee attacks. You don't get to choose their actions. So that one's kind of dumb. Company Resistance is really good. To reduce all spirit damage by 25%. All Retreat has its uses, but we'd have to learn Company Rally to get to that. The Shield of Courage is really great too. And again, so is Royal Grace. So there's a lot of the leadership skills, strangely enough, are really, really good. Oh, you know what? We didn't check one thing with Hadhod. Really quick. Hadhod is weak to water, so we actually have a elf stone for that. Now that'll give him a little bit of a bonus, but this is what I was talking about, where you gotta check what characters are vulnerable to. And you want to make sure you're giving them something to protect. So now he's normal to water damage, which is good. Well, it's pretty good. So yeah. Erebor. Scout. Ranger Warrior, Lithlorian Warrior, Gondorian Warrior, and actually their titles go up as they level, kind of a thing. So there's neat little things in this game that don't mean anything gameplay wise, but if you're paying attention, it's kind of a nice little nod. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTurd for more live gaming action, and when we come back, apparently we're making our way to Moria. And well, at least we got a dwarf with us, and we'll be able to fight all the big enemies. We'll kill all the goblins and all the dwarves. We'll kill them real good, as dwarves should. Alright, so anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.